Hello, welcome to this training. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Microsoft Word formatting option. In this particular training, we'll be learning the font types and size, font style, font color, text alignment, line and paragraph spacing, bullet and numbering, indentation, creating text effects, and styles. It's going to be a wonderful eye-opening session. So join me in the class as we look at these interesting subjects. Okay, welcome to the Microsoft Word class. In this particular class, we'll be looking at how to format text in the Microsoft Word. And we are going to look at these areas, these 9 areas in this session. Microsoft Word is a word processing application, and it's particularly it's an application that you need for typing your letter, memos, and documents and all kinds. There are many people who try to use this Microsoft Word. They think it's too simple to use, but the outcome of their typing or whatever they have is not always very friendly, and that is because they don't understand simple formatting and arrangement of text in the Microsoft Word. So we're going to start with font type. So let me pick another page or somewhere below this. So the typeface of your text in Excel comes with a default font. It depends on what you use, but usually you will see Calibri. That is, if you're using Microsoft Word and you've not changed, this is usually the default font. So when you go to the Home tab at the top here, you will see the Calibri. So the Calibri, and the default is usually 12, and it depends on how you do your settings. If you come to this File tab and you go to Options, you can always use your general options to do your settings. You can do your display settings. So you can see the default settings that I have here for the background, and then the display, and then of course the proofing and all the type of settings that you need, advanced settings. So if you want to do a default settings for your Microsoft Word, this is where to come to. So this is where you do all your default settings. So even where you want to save, and then of course the recovery minutes and so on. All right, so that's just for that. If you want to learn more about that, you just subscribe to my YouTube channel and watch one of my videos on how to use the Microsoft Word options settings. So now this is a font. If you type a character and you highlight, of course you see this is a screen tip that shows that a quick screen option that shows you what you can do. So you can change your font, you can choose fonts that you want, but mostly for documents like letter, you should stay within this Optos, Calibri, Arial, Times New Roman. Those are the fonts that are Times New Roman, Arial, Calibri, and so on. They are the fonts that are suitable for normal document. So for font type and then size, so you also can change the size. If you change the font, you can change the size. As you can see, you can have your font increased in size, especially when you are trying to create header for your document. You probably want to use size like 18 or 20 or something just for your header. So that is the font. So the font and the size. So under the Home tab, the font group, you have options to change your font, and you have several font options. Okay, so if you're trying to be artistic, there are functions for being artistic and other things. Okay, so but for normal document, just stick to fonts that are clear. Okay, not fonts that are too big or too narrow or too small. Then the normal font size for a document is between 11 and 12, preferably 12. Okay, so that is font size. Now let's look at font style. So font style, applying, James is a good man. So applying font style bold, you can easily see it here. If you type your character or your text and you select it with your mouse button, you can easily apply bold, or you can have a quick setup that will show. You can see bold, you can see italics, you can see underline, and you can see text color. So you can change text color. You can also apply you can change your font. So what is happening here is called formatting. So you are formatting the text, you are changing the attribute of the text, you are applying all different. So you can also increase your font size from here. You have the increase and the decrease under the home tab, the font group. You have the increase and the decrease option there. Okay, now so that's underline. Then this underline, you have this single underline, but if you drop this arrow there, you have different type of underline also, where you can have dash. You can see that. You can see this dash dash dash, so you can change your underline, you can change your font color. You can also use more underline. If you click more underline, you can see double strike through. If you apply that, it will strike through your text. So something like let's say you're trying to say former price is 20,000 and now 15,000. So you can use strike through. So I'm going to remove this underline. So you can use more underline. Oh, sorry. You select what you want to strike through. So let's say I want to strike through this. So you can do something like this. Select, come to this underline, click by the side, more underline, and then strike through, and then you click OK. So you can see that. So you can say former price or no more 20,000 now. So something like that, and whatever you have in mind also that you want to use it for. Now you can also do font color. That I've been doing. You can change the color of your font where you have different colors. Okay, for normal document for printing, you don't change, just maintain it as black, except for emphasis or for style's sake. But for normal office documents, it's usually in black color. Okay, so but if you're trying to make an emphasis in a document, or it's a particular handout for a training, and you want to highlight some certain area, why not? You can apply that. So you can change font color just using the font color attribute. You can have more colors where you can use custom colors, and you can use the color type RGB and HSL. Okay, so you have standard color where you can pick color that you want, and then the color will be applied to the text. But don't forget, for you to apply formatting, you need to select the text. Okay, make sure you highlight the text before you apply formatting. Now let's go to text alignment. Okay, so I'm just going to clear these formats here. So I'm going to try to get a sentence maybe from, so let me just try to get a sentence from my notes and use. Right. So the formatting that was here was that color, so I can change it to black. So now this particular text, so we're talking about alignment. So this particular text is left aligned. That is the default. So whenever you type your paragraph or something, is left aligned. And you see people sometimes present their documents in this form and is not too friendly, you know, present their documents in this form and it's not too friendly. So you can format it, depends on what you have in mind. You can apply your alignment to full. So if you look at this paragraph group here, you can see left align, you can see center align, you can see right align, align right, and justify, my favorite. So if I choose justify, you see that both sides of the text is equal. I mean, if I apply, let me apply left align to this. So you see that there's hanging end within the text. But when you make it justified, then you see a full side. You see the text in the full side. You can also have center. Okay, that's center align. Center, sometimes if you're trying to center the header of your, maybe for this, I want to put the center, I can do something like this. That's center. If I do right, it goes to the right side. If I do left, it goes to the left. That is center. That is right. So I can say, okay, I want it in center, or I want it there. So that is text alignment. So you have four basic text alignments. Okay. Now let's look at line and paragraph spacing. So for your text, there's always a default line spacing. But if you feel that the line spacing is not sufficient, you can apply your line settings. So now for here, so let me return this to justify. So for this text, I want to apply line spacing. So under the paragraph, you can see this is line and paragraph spacing, this option here. So you click it, you can see the various options that you have. So if I choose 1.5, 1.5 is usually the default. Okay, so I mean 1.15. 1.15 is usually the default. This is small. The text, if you use 1.0, you see that the text, look at the space, the line spacing between this text and the one at the top. You can see that this seems to be smaller. So this is a single line spacing. So if you use 1.15, it comes this way. If you apply 1.5, you have more gap. So sometimes if you are trying to create a list, you probably want to have 1.5 for your list so that they can space out. Okay. So let's see 2.0, 2.5, it depends on what you're trying to achieve. And then you have what we call remove spaces after paragraph or before paragraph. So most times when we copy text from online or something, we always have default settings coming with the text. So let me see. I'm going to try to get a text from online. So MS Word. So now we have text. I'm just trying to see where we have body of text that we can use. So let me see. Let's just pick this. Okay, so we want to copy this We want to copy this and take it to our document. Okay, so now I'm going to paste this text and I'm going to show you something. Now you can see that this text comes with its formatting. That is, there are spaces in between the text and you probably may not be comfortable. Now look at this. After this paragraph, there is no space. So if you are formatting this, you discover that something will go wrong and this text will not have space. So let's say I put space, then it looks as if the space is too wide. So this is what you do. So to correct this kind of problem, you come to this and you select remove space after paragraph. Then you go back and select remove space. If it is showing add space, click add first, then come back and remove. Okay, so you can see now that the space between these is now single. I mean, is now closer. So, and then if this particular setting is too wide, you can see that this is default. The default is 1.5. You can reduce yours to 1.15, especially when you're trying to catch up space between your documents. You're trying to get more spaces so that it can fit into a page. So you can see that this is a very useful tool. Add space before. So if you copy, you can use this. You can remove, add, remove, or whatever you want to do. Okay. So that's about line spacing and paragraph. Now let's talk about bullet and numbering. So let's say you're trying to create a list. So we have what we call ordered list, and we have what we call unordered list. So if an item does not have a specific serial numbering, then it is unordered. So let's say there's no specific order for the dishes. So you come and say, okay, this is rice, this is beans, this is yam, this is potato. So this may not have a particular order. So you can easily say, okay, let me apply bullets. That is what is called unordered list. Okay, but if this is an item that has an implication in terms of numbering, that the first thing you must do is wake up, brush your teeth, take your bath, wear your clothes, go to work. So now this appears to be something that is in a particular order. So you can use ordered list. That is, first, number one, do this. Number two, do that. But if your words are not in a specific order, then you can, if your lists are not in specific order, then you can use bullets. And the bullet also come in various forms, so you can use, and there are rules to all these bullets. So if you want to understand more about bullets in MS Word, you can catch up with my video updates in my YouTube channel. You can subscribe and then catch up with the updates, where I'll explain why you use what at what time. All right, so then we have numbering. Yes, number for ordered list. Okay, so that is bullets and numbering. And of course, the numbering itself also has settings. You have various type, and all these have rules. Okay, so have rules while you use them. Good. So let's move on. Let's talk about indentation. You can indent your text by pushing your text inward. You can increase indentation, you can reduce indentation, decrease indentation. You still find that under the paragraph section. So all this applies to your text and change the format. So if I click increase, you see that this is indented this way. Increase, increase, increase. You can see that the text is indented inwards. Okay, and I can use decrease to return it back. So that is indentation. Then we have what you call text effect. Text effect. So text effect is what you apply to text to give it a different attribute. So you can find that here. Text effect. Under the font group, you have text effect here. So you can make your text appear. So maybe you're trying to do something like header. Okay, and put it to center. I want to turn it to uppercase. And I want to make the font bigger. Okay. So now as it is, I want to use maybe a special font just to make it look. So you can see this, it drops with a reflection. You can see that. So that's an effect there. You can use this effect. You can use this if you like, you know. So I'm trying to make it quite visible for you. So you can see the effect. You can see the changes on the text. So in MS Word, you can stylishly design your letterhead, you know, using some of these things. I mean, so you can see this, you can see that. So this is one of my favorite when I want to write a name and apply it in a gray color. So something like my name at the top of a document. Okay, so that's text effect. So you can use different effect options. You have glow, you have outline option. So where you have selected the text that has outline, you can easily control the outline color. Can you see that? You can easily control the outline. You can control the outline using the outline option. So the outline is the line around the text. Okay, and you can choose shadow to apply shadow to your text. Like you can see, this is a shadow effect. This text now has a shadow, and you can have glow, reflection, and as many. Then you have this option called the predefined styles for styling. So you can style your text, especially header of a text. You can use predefined styling in Word to apply styles, okay, to your text. So you can easily change the style of your text. You can do title style, you can do emphasis, you can do strong, you can do book title style, subtle reference. So look at this. This is intense quote. So formatting is key to change in text life. So something like that. Okay. I'm just typing something for typing sake, but that's just to show you that you can apply different styles. So these are predefined styles that you can apply. Okay, so that is formatting, you know, using various format and paragraph settings within your within your Microsoft Word environment. All right, so see you in another session. Bye for now.